PayPal just announced a stablecoin that they're creating called PayPal USD or PYUSD, built on the Ethereum blockchain. As you can see, according to the tweet here, we're unveiling a new stablecoin backed by highly liquid and secure assets. And if you go to the website, you can see all of the use cases and more detail. Currently, right now, it's only available for US customers, so I can't actually kind of demonstrate the process of what it looks like in the app, but here is all of the features that they're displaying on the actual kind of landing page. The most exciting feature for me here is that you can actually buy and sell stuff in the stablecoin that they're offering. So every existing customer of PayPal is going to be able to use this stablecoin to actually purchase goods or sell goods and receive these funds. Essentially, how it works is at purchase time or at sell time, if you're from the seller perspective, the funds get transferred into USD. So they get converted at the current exchange rate, which ideally as a stablecoin is always 1-to-1. So 1 PYUSD should always equal 1 USD, as it is backed by the USD in kind of various forms. So the way that this works is, as you can see on this little preview here, you'll be able to go through the buy screen and you're buying, let's say, a $20 good that is going to get exchanged or converted into actual USD. And then I'm not sure if the seller receives the funds in USD or PYUSD. I'm not actually sure, but either way, it's going to be kind of a 1-to-1 mapping. And at buy time or at sell time, you're going to have to go through that conversion process. Another interesting part about this is that you can actually convert the PYUSD, as it is just a regular ERC20 token, into other tokens. So you convert it into Bitcoin, you can convert it into Ethereum, convert it into Matic or Pol, as it's soon to be if you saw my previous video. And the other features are pay, send, and receive, pretty much everything you could expect to do as a regular PayPal customer, just with using cryptocurrency instead of the regular USD. Some more details about this on Twitter come from Paxos, who is the creator of this. And this is a regulated blockchain infrastructure company building transparent and transformative financial solutions based out of New York. This is the actual developer of the stablecoin, as you can see in their announcement tweet here. The tweet has received some kind of both positive and negative feedback. People are generally excited, but, popular auditors in the space like Patrick Collins here saying, it could have been epic, but it feels rushed. There is some notable problems that he's pointed out, like using an old compiler version. It's an upgradable contract, meaning essentially the behavior of the contract could actually change in the future based on the upgrades that the admins or the creators of that smart contract can perform. And apparently it's not gas efficient. I haven't dived too deep into the code, but we'll take a quick look. So here is the actual code from Paxos. If you dive into the repo, you can see the full source code as well as the contract deployment at this address here. These will all be linked in the description if you want to dive into it yourself. The interesting thing to note about the actual smart contract is if you scroll all the way down to the bottom here, you'll first of all see all of the typical functions that you would expect of an ERC20 token, like total supply, transfer, balance of. All of these are required to actually be inherited to be an ERC20 token. You need to implement all of these, so that's expected. But if you scroll down a little further, you can see some kind of scary stuff. So as we can see here, we can see these functions called freeze, unfreeze, and wipe frozen address. And essentially, if you're not familiar with Solidity, the way that this works is these only asset protection role, as you can see I'm highlighting here, this is what's known as a modifier. So if we search this, you can see there's a modifier called only asset protection role. And essentially this requires you, in order to be able to call this function, you need to have this asset protection role. And currently, you can see above this function is set asset protection role. At contract deployment time, this is the owner here. So the owner of the smart contract, aka the person who deployed it or the wallet that deployed the smart contract, is initialized as the default protection role. And then the owner can update the wallet address that has that protection role in the future. So essentially what this means is one wallet address, which one can safely assume is PayPal, can call the freeze function, which freezes your ability to transfer these funds. Unfreeze obviously does the opposite. Arguably the most scary function here is wipe frozen address, which is again restricted by this modifier. So this is going to take your address in this smart contract and say, I'm going to burn all of the tokens that you have. So what this essentially means in human terms is PayPal at any point in time can essentially wipe your account to zero and burn all of the tokens that you had, and you're not going to be able to recover those. So is this as scary as it sounds? To be honest, it's kind of expected. I think, PayPal is I think a US company. The creators of this are based out of New York. They're likely going to have to comply with a lot of the US government's regulations and kind of financial restrictions. These functions, while they are kind of scary and go against the ethos of Web3, to be fair, it's kind of expected of what we would expect from a massive Web2 corporation coming out of the US. I think these safety functions are expected to be in place to say, stuff's not going the way we expect, or to kind of say, in the real world, you realistically are able to freeze people's assets when they're doing something illegal or, something's going wrong. So I'm not that surprised that these functions are available, but it's something to keep in mind. So overall, very exciting. I think this is a massive move by PayPal to onboard millions of people into Web3. All of the existing PayPal customer base is going to be available to accept and receive the PYUSD and, transfer that and convert it into other cryptocurrencies that are maybe less centralized than the one that they're offering in the future. So overall, to be expected that there's some centralized aspects to a massive corporation releasing a cryptocurrency like this. I don't think it's too concerning. I just want people to know, there are some centralized aspects to the cryptocurrency that they'll be using. Nonetheless, let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think that this is a massive move by PayPal? Are you concerned by the centralized aspects of the smart contract that we've talked through today? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I would love to see you down there. If you like the video, please hit the like button. And if you want to see more Web3 content like this, remember to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.